Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. This is the continuation of day 1 tutorial. In this video we are going to see how to find a trig value for angles which are coterminal, and also we're gonna find what is reference angle. So it's expected to do the sine, cos and tan value of coterminal angles like 1050 degree, because till now we have seen only quadrantal angles and special angles like 30, 45 and 60 degree. But for angles which are not acute and quadrantal angle, in this video we are going to see. So first let's see what is the sign of trigonometric functions, because in quadrant 1, because both x and y are positive, so from the definition of sine, cos, using unit circle, we were defined sine theta y over r, cos theta x over r, and tan theta y over x. So for quadrant 1, both x and y are positive, so their trig value also will be all positive. In quadrant 2, x is negative and y is positive, so it means only sine is positive and cos and tan will be negative. In quadrant 3, both are negative, so its tan value will be positive, and for quadrant 4, x is positive and y is negative, then sine, its cos value is positive, but sine and tan value will be positive. To remember this in easiest way, all are here positive. In quadrant 2, sine is positive, cos and tan is negative. It means in quadrant 3 only tan is positive, and in quadrant 4 cos is positive. So you can memorize it simply using all students take coffee. It means all for quadrant 1, all are positive. Students, s, it is sine, and for quadrant 3 take, so tan, only tan will be positive, and chemistry, so c, it means cos. So using this you can easily memorize it. So the sign of a trig function can be found out using this one. Okay, after this, the value of any trig function for a given theta, it has the same absolute value with that of reference angle. So let's find what is reference angle first. A reference angle is simply an acute angle. So in where if theta is in standard position, it means standard position, it starts from x positive and this vertex is at its origin. So then a reference angle theta r for theta is the same, is the acute angle formed by the terminal side of theta with that of x. So for example, for quadrant 1 angles, which means if they have a terminal at quadrant 1, their reference angle can be found using simply the same. And for quadrant 2 angles, their reference angle is the angle formed by this negative x-axis and the terminal positions of the angle. And for quadrant 3, the reference angle is in between this negative side and this terminal side. The same with quadrant 4. So after knowing this reference value, we know that since this reference value is an acute angle, it's so simple to find its trig value. Then the absolute value of this reference value and that of theta have the same value, but their sign may be different. Their sign can be defined, we can find using this formula. So we know the sign and we can find its magnitude from its reference value. So finding an angle which are not in quadrant 1, that means which are not acute, first we're gonna find its reference value, and then we find out what will be its sign. Okay, the second one is coterminal angle. A coterminal angle is, because we have to know this coterminal angle, since coterminal angles have the same trig values, it means even if they rotate 2 or 3 times, if their reference, if their terminal positions are the same, then they have the same trig value. Okay, let's see some examples and you're gonna adapt through it. For example, how to find the trig value of 120 degree. First, we're gonna find its quadrant. It is in quadrant 2 because in counterclockwise direction, when it goes, it passes 90 degree, but it is not, it is less than 180, so it is quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, we know that all students sine is positive and cos and tan is negative, and then we're gonna find its reference angle. So the reference angle for 120 degree is simply 60 degree because it passes 90 degree by 30, so the degree which makes with negative x-axis is 60 degrees, so its reference is 60 degree. It means the absolute value of 60 degree, its absolute value, their absolute value are the same, and we know that only sine is positive there, so we're gonna find their value as follows. Sine, because only sine is positive, so 120 means finding with 60, and cos and tan is negative, but its absolute value is the same as its reference value. The same way, minus 495, it means in clockwise direction it rotates one rotation, which means minus 360 minus 135 degree, which means in clockwise direction it passes minus 90 degree, which is negative y-axis, and it will be in the third quadrant. So in the third quadrant, we know that all students take, so only tan is positive there and sine and cos is negative there. Then find a reference angle for minus 135. For minus 135 degree, since it is coterminal angle with that of minus 495, they have the same value. So for this value, it have a reference angle of 45 degree. So for 45, we're gonna find sine and cos and tan values, and then on the third quadrant only tan is positive and the other is negative. This way we can find any angles which are a multiple of special angle or a quadrantal angle, and the sign can be found accordingly. As exercise, try this one, and we'll continue lecture 2 for day 2 soon. If you are new, subscribe. Thank you for listening.